Ruth never imagined her life would change the way it did. To everyone around her, she looked like a quiet, humble woman taking care of her home. But behind closed doors, she lived in constant pain. Ruth was an orphan. She had no parents, no family support, no one to defend her. So when she met Femi years ago, she thought she had finally found love, someone to belong to. But marriage revealed a different truth. Femi, her husband, changed after they had their first child. He started drinking heavily. He stopped providing. He stopped coming home. He brought different lady prostitutes into the picture. Their three children watched their mother survive like someone fighting a war alone. Whenever Femi came home, it turned into insults and violence. Stupid woman! What kind of useless food is this? You are lazy. He beat her. He insulted her. He treated her like she wasn't human. Yet Ruth stayed silent. She stayed because she had nowhere else to go. The only person who truly saw her pain was Mrs. Page, her mother in law. Mrs. Page loved Ruth like a daughter. In fact, more than her own son ever did. Every weekend, she visited with food for the children. She brought little things to help Ruth survive the week. And whenever she saw bruises on Ruth's face or arms, she cried. She would hold Ruth and say, "Please be patient. I know how my son behaves. His father was the same before he died. You're a good woman. Don't lose hope." She didn't support her son's actions, but she also didn't want the home to scatter. Still, no matter how she begged, Femi never changed. One Saturday morning, Ruth went to greet Mama Page at her buka. She spent a little time helping her serve food and clean the tables before heading home. Just as she was leaving, a man walked in. Tall, well dressed in white kaftan, two bouncers behind him, a man who clearly had power. He noticed Ruth, but she didn't even look at him twice. She just greeted respectfully and left. That moment changed everything. Immediately, Ruth stepped out. The man walked up to Mrs. Page. "Ma?" he asked quietly. "The lady who just left. Who is she?" Mrs. Page looked surprised. "She is my daughter-in-law." The man nodded slowly. "I want to marry her." Mrs. Page almost dropped the plate in her hand. "What are you saying?" "She is married." "Yes," the man replied, "but I can tell she's suffering, and I am willing to take her and her children. I want to give her a better life." Mrs. Page refused instantly. "There's no way." But that night, she lay on her bed thinking about Ruth's life, the bruises, the insults, the hunger, the nights Femi didn't come home, and how Ruth cried quietly while pretending to be strong. For the first time, Mrs. Page admitted the truth. "My son is destroying this woman." The next morning, the man returned. His name was Mr. Ola, a wealthy businessman. He spoke again. "I mean what I said. I will marry her. I will take care of her and her children. She deserves peace." Mrs. Page studied him carefully. "Why her?" she asked. "She's humble. She respects you. And I saw sadness in her eyes. I want to change that." Mrs. Page sighed deeply, then finally collected his number. "I will talk to her. Then I will call you." A few days later, Mrs. Page visited Ruth when Femi wasn't around. She sat Ruth down gently. "My daughter, I have something serious to tell you." Ruth became nervous. Then Mama told her everything about the man, the marriage proposal, and the promise to take care of her and the children. Ruth broke down in tears. "Mama, I'm a married woman. You are married traditionally," Mrs. Page said firmly. "He has never paid your bride price fully. He doesn't take care of you. He doesn't act like a husband." Her voice shook, not with anger at Ruth, but at our own son. I have daughters too. I will never let any man treat them this way. Why should I allow my daughter in law to die in silence? If you stay here, you will suffer until you break. Ruth cried harder. I'm scared, Mama. Mama held her hands. I will take full responsibility. You deserve to live. On Monday morning, Mrs. Page called Mr. Ola. She has agreed. That same week, visa processing for Ruth and her three children began. Everything was done secretly. Femi knew nothing. Mrs. Page helped them pack little by little. She brought money for transportation. She coordinated everything like a warrior. 2 days before the flight, she finally called Femi. Let the children and Ruth come spend the weekend with me. At first he shouted, but eventually he agreed. He didn't know he was saying goodbye forever. When Ruth and the children arrived at Mrs. Page's house, Mama hugged them tightly. She checked their bags. She prayed over them. Then she called Mr. Ola. He arrived with a car, ready to take them to the airport. Mrs. Page stood by the gate, watching them leave. Her eyes were filled with tears, but also peace. Go, my daughter, she whispered. Find the life my son refused to give you. Sunday evening, Femi called Mama. Where are they? They're not back. They will soon come, she said calmly. By Monday morning, panic took over him. He called Ruth's phone. Switched off. He called her again. Nothing. He called Mama. She didn't answer. He drove straight to her house. Mama, where is my family? Give them back to me. Mrs. Page stood outside and told him the truth. She has married another man, and she is not in Nigeria anymore. Femi froze, shaking. My wife? You only married her traditionally, Mrs. Page replied, and you never treated her well. She deserves peace. He screamed, threatened, held his head, and almost fell. Neighbors gathered. Elders stepped in, already informed by Mama Page. Your mother-in-law saved that woman's life, they told him. Femi regretted everything. He called everyone he knew. He even sent Ruth's friends to contact her. But Ruth refused. She had finally closed that chapter. In Canada, Ruth's life transformed. Mr. Ola treated the children like his own. He gave them a comfortable home. He gave Ruth peace, something she had never known. There were no insults, no beatings, no fear, just kindness. One night he told her, You don't owe me anything. I just want you to heal. And for the first time, Ruth slept peacefully. Ruth never forgot the woman who saved her life, her mother-in-law. Not everyone with your blood is your family. Sometimes family is the person who chooses you, who protects you, who stands for you when you cannot stand for yourself. Mrs. Page chose Ruth, and because of her, Ruth got a second chance.